Hey there, I'm Justin Hartman. I own and operate Canary Tree Service. By popular demand, we've decided to start a video series that will follow us through our daily and weekly adventures in the tree service industry. So I recently got a phone call from one of my crew leaders letting me know that he wasn't going to be able to complete the task at hand. I knew when he called it wouldn't be good news. 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, what's the problem now? So he lets me know that even though he has all the equipment in the world to get the job done, it's just not doable. Even though we're in a backyard with a track lift, the tree's too tall. Because it's in a backyard, can't get to it with a conventional crane. So we figured, what better opportunity than this to bring out the tracked knuckle boom with grapple saw attachment. So I knew from experience this was going to be a pretty challenging job because of the close quarters and low canopy of the trees that we had to go under to get into the backyard. I also knew that because we were going to be working essentially in a tunnel, that it didn't make sense to bring other equipment in as well, that I was going to have to cut and swing as far as I could. With that being said, I knew I was going to have to carry my grapple saw attachment back there connected to my crane. At this point in time, there's no way for me to carry my grapple on my crane without causing damage to the crane, and there's no way to fold the crane up with the grapple attached to it because it'll damage either something in my turret as a grapple drags across it, or I risk busting lines or tearing up my boom as the grapple flips while I'm doing my knuckle boom unfold. So I had to open my boom up, grab the grapple, and proceed to try to drive through this property with it attached and folded up, and it was a mission for sure. Because of the difficulties of operating the machine with the grapple on the boom, we experienced leveling issues trying to get up the driveway because I had to leave one of my outriggers sticking out to clear where the grapple saw was hanging off of the jib. In addition to that, we had to fight our matting through a very tight area where we had to take a fence down, move a section of deck. By the time it was all said and done, I probably spent 2/3 of the time getting in and out of this backyard just to take this tree down. Since I already own a large knuckle boom crane, I know the advantages of it. I know the time saved. I know the safety advantage. I know the benefits with regards to man hours and just overall exposure to a team. I also knew I was going to have some challenges ahead of me with this knuckle boom. It was done but not finished. It could operate, it could fly, it could pick up weight, but it wasn't ready for the tree service industry fully. I was up for the challenge. I knew we had what it took to modify this crane to fit our purposes and other people in the tree service industry as well. So we took on the challenge. So once I got set up in the backyard, I learned a lesson about being a little bit too close to the tree. I got fully set up just to realize I was probably 5 or 8 feet too close, and at the angle that I was trying to pick at, my hoses on my jib were getting intertwined with my grapple itself, and at 100 feet, I couldn't tell if I was cutting the tree or the grapple hose, so I had to back the machine up a little bit, set it back up, and from there the removal went quite well. It was fast, it was efficient, got it down just as quick as a bobcat could get it out. But now we had to fold the machine up and go through this treacherous trek again with a grapple saw and it not having a proper holding place on the machine. We spent a lot of our time fighting the 4x8 matting in and out. It was such a tight squeeze in there that when the machine was in the side yard, you couldn't even get by it to carry the mats hardly. So we came to a point where it was just a snail's pace. All my experience in being super efficient with a knuckle boom went right out the window when I realized that I was going to spend twice as long getting in and out as I was actually cutting the tree down. When I brought the crane back to the shop after that job, I decided I wasn't going through that adventure again, and we parked it for some modifications.